Hello there, here you are with Dan in Essex, UK, and the main purpose of my channel is to show people how to grow their own fruit and vegetables no matter what size garden, allotment or growing space they indeed have, even if they've just got a windowsill to grow on. So, been quite busy today, been setting some seeds, been doing some planting out, and things really are starting to move on here in the polytunnel. I'm noticing grapes, little bunches coming up there. The peaches are looking absolutely brilliant as well, so there's just so much to look at. So let's make a start. So I've been doing some sowing here, and what I've sown are runner beans and French beans, dwarf beans. So I have variety Butler. Let's get that into focus, hang on. There you go. And they are red flowered, and I've also sown some white flowered runner beans, variety Moonlight, and here we have dwarf beans, variety Tender Green. So these are the bush varieties, okay, meaning they'll get about a foot and a half tall. They don't need to grow up canes like the climbing varieties, and they're really good if you've only got a small space to growing, and they can also crop in about 6 to 7 weeks, which is another advantage. So I've done some planting out here. Now this is going to be like a miniature food forest area, if you will. Now you can see I've got the apple tree here. This is variety Worcester Pearman, okay, and it's got some lovely flowers on there, so hopefully it will carry a crop this year. Now I've grown some chard and spinach in some cell trays, as you can see, and I've planted them out today in this no-dig bed. So this doesn't get much light down here, probably no more than 4 hours of full sunshine per day. So something like chard and spinach is one of the best things to grow in lower light levels, if that's indeed the situation. So that's what they are here. And you can see what I've done. I've got the compost here, and I've got it on some cardboard. So I found the no-dig method to be very, very useful indeed. But one issue you can have, particularly in the first year, is the watering. The growing medium can dry out. Of course there are ways around this. You can mulch it, you can put straw on top, but I don't have any of those at the moment. So I've got the compost. So I'm going to keep watering it regularly, and it should do very, very well here. And over the years I'm going to be building up the soil quality, the soil structure here. I'm probably going to get some calcified seaweed in a moment and put that down, so that to start building up the microorganisms in the soil, and as time goes by add things to it to build this up. Look at it as a long-term investment, if you will. So my cuttings down here, I've got grapes and currants and gooseberry cuttings, and this is the start of a project I'm going to have, and it's going to be growing fruit producing shrubs, bushes and vines in containers and pots. So that's going to be happening later in the year, but at the moment I've got to make sure I keep these, going throughout this season to allow them to put out some good roots ready for the oncoming project. Okay, so I'm going to answer a question now. A viewer has asked me, do they need a polytunnel in their grow their own project? And the answer I would give is no. You can grow things that do not require the protection or the longer growing season, the microclimate that a polytunnel or a greenhouse can provide. So you've seen me growing things like spinach, they'll be perfectly well outside. Apple trees, cherries, plums, etc. But a polytunnel or a greenhouse can extend the season either way, so you can get things in a little bit earlier and extend it the other end, so you're getting crops further into the winter. So that's of course a good thing. And one thing I love a polytunnel for is it's just great to be able to be outside if it's raining and still be able to do some work. And many of you are aware that I'm growing things like peaches and grapes here in this polytunnel. So you can see peaches like this look, forming really, really lovely, and they're benefiting from the additional microclimate warmth here in the polytunnel. Things like aubergines and peppers, and my geraniums here you can see. And these geraniums here, I've overwintered these in the polytunnel from last year. So this variety of grape, Autumn Royal, is from California. So most people are aware that we do not have a California climate here in the UK. So it's advised if you're going to grow this variety, you grow it in a polytunnel or a greenhouse for the longer growing season it can provide. So basically, with regards to your growing your own project, tailor make it to your situation, not somebody else's, because you're unique to you, and slowly build up, okay? Many people are viewing my channel who are new to this, so you know, I didn't get to where I've got on day one, and of course there are many people far in advance of where I am, years ahead. But you've got to make sure that you take off little bits, little snippets, and work on that. That's what I would say. So any comments, questions, whatever's, please feel free to post below, and you can check me out on Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram if you're interested. See you in the next video, and thank you for viewing as always.